recently. You made an intro video, didn't you?
Yes.
And you didn't do it. You just went live.
Here I am. I'm live. Listen, we're live. Gerald from Tarotstache. I'm so excited to have you here, Gerald, because I am a fan. And I just wanted, yes,
Tarotstache.
it's just so, I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm
And
glad
you
to
were
be
just
here.
saying,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I did make my intro and I made an ending. But sometimes you just can't play it every time because that would drive people nuts. But
I do it. I like to drive people nuts. So if everybody likes and subscribes to my channel, I'm inviting you to be driven nuts.
I
But
want to say hi. Let me say hi to Lena and Sherry and Viviani, of course.
hi.
I'm so happy to have you here. I know
Thank
it's
you.
early for some and it's not for others, but hopefully we'll have more people show up in the chat. And I just wanted to talk about Gerald's art because I was just mesmerized by this one. Let me put it on the screen here. Let's see, share screen.
She's all fancy, everybody.
I'm fancy right
She's
now.
fancy.
So I just want you to see this. Oh, wait, you know what? I can go full screen on this, and
Ooh, look at
there it
that.
is. So this is a piece that, a beautiful piece of artwork that Gerald made with batik fabric. And it
Hmm.
was from a picture, I think, a picture or a photo
Absolutely.
of a
Yes.
sunset. And so you can see the ocean there, and the beautiful sunset is just mesmerizing. I mean, in the red clouds as the sun is setting, it's just amazing. And I
Thanks.
was watching one of your videos. You can watch this on Gerald's on um, Tarot Stash. But oh my gosh, the technique you use to create this is pretty involved because you don't actually just, you're not like pasting strips of fabric on there. So tell me about how you made this gorgeous piece.
Well, if hang on just a moment, I am getting used to a new setup. So, what I did is as you look at this, um, uh, I got my inspiration photo from Candy Soul and Soil. If you watch this video, you actually see a process that I used. And oh, here you were saying this is the original picture that
Wow,
inspired me.
that is just beautiful. I see you have the sun here in your
Yeah,
image that you created. It just really captures that
yeah.
beautifully.
And
Yeah.
so it's one of those things. So I am, I have a bachelor's in fine arts.
Hmm.
And I was one of those students, Val, who did a little bit of everything, and teachers weren't sure what box to put me in
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if I had an idea, it's like many people.
Mhm.
If I am so inspired, I'm going to do the technique that is going
Mhm.
to help get the vision. And so I graduated, and then I actually had a career in the library as a manager and a supervisor, which
Mm.
surprise has nothing. Well, it's that's not true. What it did teach me, what school taught me, it taught me how to think differently and to think creatively.
Because we
So,
were talking backstage about how I really admire the way that you phrase questions and you read differently from an altered point of view,
mhm,
which opens doorways inside people's minds to
yes,
get a new perspective on things. It
yeah,
really, really shifts you. And I think that's so creative and wonderful. Uh,
yeah. Thank you. Well, and you know, I'll get on my soapbox, of course, if you let me. But
I will
it,
let you because
well, it's so important, Val, that we, you know, the greatest minds have the ability to see things differently,
True.
to put things together in new and exciting ways.
Oh, so true. I
Um,
need the chills, Gerald.
oh,
It's
well, and and you think about it, we wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't have science. I mean,
you are giving me the full body chills. You're really that is so true. So true.
it is so true. And I think, and this is where the ability to think and to see things as they are and as how they could be
Oh,
is really important.
how they could be. That idealistic view of life is
Yes.
what can inspire everyone.
Yes.
That is just beautiful.
Because I'm a firm believer, Val, and tell me I'm crazy. And if we can imagine it, then we can bring it into reality.
I am right with you.
So,
Words
you
have never been said.
well, and I love the idea of like Star Trek,
Me too.
the communicators and all that stuff. Well, guess
Yep.
what we all have?
I mean, it is right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and so
How
Gene
we
Roddenberry,
that somebody had to get inspired and look at things
yes,
alternatively and with a different kind of mind to come out with all these magical things that we have, right?
yes.
I just wanted to say, Sherry, my sister Sherry, voices from the
Thank you,
swamp,
Sherry.
gorgeous. She loved that gorgeous artwork. And also, Amanda Carroll says it's stunning.
Aw,
Can't believe.
there you go.
Yes, Amanda Carroll, thank you. I know you're in the Pacific time zone, so thank you for getting it. She has a BA in art too. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love ceramics.
And
I'm not that talented of anything, but I do paint divine blueprints for people.
oh,
And
and look, she's saying, "Oh, I'm not that talented." Oh,
no,
by the way, I paint.
I've never studied art. In all, I
No, Val, don't.
love that.
But,
Oh my God, I love your fan. Oh God, where did you find that? Oh
my
God,
husband got it for me on Etsy.
you
Purchase
know that
responsibly, know your limits. It's
you,
enlightened.
you flipped
Well,
it. That's so perfect.
everything. Oh, and Viviani said art is very healing.
But that is it. Because we were talking about art being the creativity of art is that connection to divine source, your soul self.
Yes.
So, of course, it's completely healing. You're in that alignment and you're creating this and you're in that energy, that oneness of it's super healing. Absolutely.
It's very healing and okay, so a bachelor's in art too. That is wonderful because I imagine Amanda Carroll, you look at things and you notice things people don't notice. Perhaps you're a person like me, and Amanda, I'm not calling you out if this is you, who, when you see someone and you haven't seen them in a while, you notice if they've gotten a haircut, their
Mhm.
glasses are different. You
Mhm.
notice the jewelry of how the little details.
Yeah,
That's glorious.
it
When
really is. It really is. Because, that's being conscious. That's being in the now moment and really being aware of everything.
it
So
really
there's
is.
a
It
lot of
really is.
there's a lot of beauty in that kind of attention
Yeah.
that you can give every moment. And
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
it's really true. Anyone can create art because if I can, everyone
But
can.
yes, yes.
So
And isn't most of getting better at something
yeah,
showing up and doing the work?
it really is. It really is. I've have even gotten better as time has gone on with my techniques and whatever I'm doing.
Oh,
So
and you're not an artist, right?
I'm not an artist though, because I've never taken an art class and I have no natural talent. I just channel these and somehow it's there. I mean, it's whimsical. It's not fine art or by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah,
And
it's
there
all,
is a sense of flow
Hmm.
when we are connecting to divinity, divine, source, spirit, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. When we connect with that
Hmm.
and we allow that to work through us and we work with it, it's one of those things that it truly is an awe-inspiring experience.
It just allows more and more energy in and more flows and more creativity. The more you open those channels up, it's true, more flows in, more inspiration, and it's just a beautiful thing. I mean, that kind of energy
Yeah,
is just high vibrational, beautiful energy.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, and you said this is what what's my process? My process is really to become inspired,
yeah,
to,
exactly.
to find something that excites me,
Yeah, absolutely.
and and then and then here's the key, then do something with it.
Yeah, there it is. I have to get up off my couch potato mode and actually, you know,
I know, isn't
you
that
know,
so, it's so disappointing.
some of us really, even though we're getting all these inspired thoughts and ideas, we're still sitting on the couch. And I have to really kick myself to get up and start something. But once I do, that energy is flowing and I'm feeling fantastic. Why did it take me so long to get up off the couch and start it? So, you know what I've developed? The minute you think it, do it. The minute the
Yes.
thought is in your head, start it right now. Whether you're sitting somewhere in the store line waiting for your grocery checkout, start, get on your iPad, get or iPhone or whatever, do notes,
Yeah.
draw with your finger, whatever. Start
Yeah.
creating because that energy doorway is open and the flows will start. It's amazing.
Yeah. Viviani said they like to paint and also like drawing and working with clay and ceramics. And yeah, Amanda always has ideas percolating.
Yep. Yeah, that's so, yeah, exactly. And that beautiful flow is really that connection to divine source that's within
Yes.
us, within every cell of our body. That creativity, that flow from the universe, everything is coming in. And I just love that um, creative force we all have. If we open up to it, it's all there, every one of us. So that is so true. Follow through. Yeah.
Follow through and the willingness to accept that it's happened.
Yes. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is what it is. And that's,
Yeah. You
I, yeah,
judge it. You shouldn't judge your whatever your creation is. It is what it is, and you should appreciate the creativity and the flow that created it. And yeah.
well, yeah. And it's one of those things, Val, it's important to, we all have an inner critic.
Hmm,
I
we
mean,
do.
we all have that tarot deck that is the one that just tells us like it is, that isn't, is, we need that type of
Hmm.
tarot or oracle deck
Hmm.
because sometimes we need somebody to go, you know what,
You're not all that. No.
you're you are not all that, and then of course you have to have the tiny hands which are looking at you, are not all that, you are not all that, back
I'm
up,
so glad you brought out the tiny hands.
back up, back up,
Back
you,
up, dude.
back up. And see, and I think this is so important where, a lot of people, um I get frustrated when people don't, they're not kind enough to themselves
Yes.
and in that creative, in their creative endeavors. And
Yeah.
I was fortunate, my parents were always like, you do what you want to do. They
Well, yeah.
appreciated the things that I made for them.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they had, they had in the house stuff that I had drew, and I
Oh,
created in their home. And
Oh,
when they moved out of the old house, they were, there were new things in it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, and there's creative endeavors of that. And by the way, science is creative.
it is.
It's
It's
music.
inspirational ideas and thought.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be art. I mean, whatever the inspirational ideas and thoughts that are coming in, to move them into creation, to manifestation on the earth. That's the whole thing. You moved them through to a physical form of
So
some
true.
sort, right?
So true. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's really important, Val, to make sure that our inner critic or
Oh,
critics press pause, because there is a time
pause.
and place for feedback.
So true. So true. And we really need to give ourselves a break with that thought voice that in our heads that, you
So
know, you got
yeah.
to appreciate yourself and what has come through you and think of it as, the God source. It's you, you're the part of you that is the God source channeling through, and honor it for what it is. And that's, honoring the God force within all of us, within everyone. So we really should press pause on the critic, the self critic, or the critic of other people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to Aries girl, Allison, my
Hi,
other
Allison.
sister.
And Scorpio Mama is here.
Scorpio mama. Hi. So we were
Well,
going
it's hard to just play. Amanda said, just talk about play. How often do we, I'm thinking about myself. How often have I just danced around the house, listened to music,
yeah.
um, and I haven't done that in a while.
And you know what? Because I've heard this over the last few days, got up and started dancing around my house yesterday and this morning.
So
I don't
good.
crazy dance, whatever you want to do,
Yes.
bringing energy in and pulling energy up from the earth and just doing my own form of qigong or whatever, or crazy
Yeah.
dancing, and my own
Yeah.
music in my head.
I mean, that's, well, what's that music? That music is, it's divine music, and
Yeah,
everybody hears the music differently.
they
So
do.
I think that's, singing while driving is the best. Oh,
It's a good one. That's a good one for that flow and that energy and yeah, it opens your heart chakra,
yep,
makes you feel great.
yep,
There's nothing like that. And
absolutely.
using your voice, that throat chakra, that resonance, that frequency of vibration, when you're really feeling joy and you're singing, that energy just goes out. Even if you're driving a car, people in the cars next to you are going to get that frequency of light that
Oh,
you're
sure.
sending out. I mean, it's that big when you think about it like that. And right. And Allison says, drum beat. Yes, I have my own drum that somebody made.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the heart of Mother Earth. That's what I always think when I, you know,
It's 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 uh, it's it's the first sound that we hear. It's our mother's heartbeat.
yeah.
And
Oh gosh, that is really true. I never even thought about
yeah,
that. You're absolutely right about
and
that.
so that brings us to a different sense. So
Yeah, and Scorpio Mama says, "I love music. It feeds my soul." Yeah, there is something about when you hear a piece that you love. Oh, it's just, it can give you chills. It's just fantastic.
well,
So,
that's the beauty of music.
so what have you got, Gerald? There.
Okay, so a couple 3 years ago, I taught a class about how to do a landscape art quilt. And so I gave people some options for photos to use. And
Mhm.
this is one. And this isn't finished, but you
That's
had asked
gorgeous.
about the techniques.
Yes. Right.
And so here's progress on that.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
So
Oh my gosh, I love that. I don't even know how you made the clouds. I mean,
Well, and you see the clouds, they're three-dimensional.
they are three-dimensional. They have shape and
They
form.
have shape, and we get to see, like, when you can see the back.
Yeah, right.
And so
That's
this
gorgeous.
and so this was an opportunity to play and to
I
encourage
love
people.
your trees.
Oh, thank
My
you.
gosh,
There
that
you
is
go,
just
trees.
wow.
And
It
so,
really is gorgeous.
and this is just, it's folded fabric.
Wow.
It's stitched down.
And the reason why they look so they look like multidimensional is because there's like you cut the trees. It looks like. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. And
I
then
mean, it's just so creative.
and the fun part is, Val, it's finding the right fabric, because this fabric you can see there, it looks like grass, but when I fold
I'm
it
gonna
up, it does look like
try, I'm
trees.
gonna try and pull
Does
you.
look like trees. And then down here we also have, this is a batik fabric, which is great.
I'm gonna make you big. There you are.
And so it's actually, we just want to get the feeling
Wow, that
of
peaceful,
that.
beautiful scene. It's just
Yeah,
so idyllic. Yeah,
yeah. And
right.
so,
And
and
I
then
did get that when you held it up again. Hold it up. It's just gives you that feeling. It's beautiful.
I
Yeah,
have to.
I love that. Yeah,
So, and so everybody, like, I also like to show people the back of it if you can see
yeah,
it.
right. You
So
had to stitch.
here's
So there's the batting in between and the backing and the front, but you'll
this one is just the quilt top right now.
right.
It's not been sandwiched, so it's more of a more of a fabric quilt, or
Gotcha.
fabric piece. It's
Yes.
fabric painting rather than a quilt, because by definition a quilt is a piece of fabric, batting, and a piece of fabric.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
and so,
So would you put pieces of those together with other pieces, or would you just this one piece would be a complete art?
in my mind, this one piece
Mhm.
would be complete.
Yeah, because that's just like what you showed. That really is a
So,
gorgeous representation of that.
yeah.
Yeah, it really, the colors, everything.
So
Uh,
let me show you. Want to see another one?
yeah, absolutely.
So, and everybody, make sure you've already liked and subscribed to this video. Show Val some support and some love.
And Gerald as well. Go to Tarotstache, like and subscribe, watch all his
Don't
videos.
make me come for you, people. So then there's an option. Well, oh yeah, everybody sip.
Yeah, I had to sip. I was dry. Too much chai tea. It made me
Is there
dehydrated.
such a thing as too much tea? So here's another one that was an option for people to use.
Mhm.
And this, a friend of mine took in Alaska. And I used this one particularly because I wanted people to see the
Wow.
mountains and how you can do that.
Wow. You
So,
really captured it.
so
That is just amazing. I like yours even better than the picture.
ah,
You did beautiful mountains.
yeah. And you want to know the secret about the mountains?
What's the secret?
Those are actually, it's cloud fabric.
Oh, but it's just catches how the sun is shining through the clouds and
Yep.
just beautifully. Yeah.
Yep. And then, and so there's some things that are helpful
Mhm.
to, as I've done this, Val, is it's
Mhm.
it's a process.
Yeah.
And I try to be pretty fearless with it,
Mhm.
because who would think that they want to actually fold the fabric to make these
Right.
things happen? Well,
And
I do,
it
because
really, yeah, you really have created a way to make dimension and shape in a unique way in something like
and and so here's something that's interesting, is I have, you may not be able to see this, but this is batting. This is quilt
that.
batting.
Wow.
And it's because it's the impression that I wanted.
Yes.
And you can see, I have actually laid down some fabric here,
Mhm.
but then I cut around it to give that.
Which I thought is so unique. Yes, you actually, if people go watch Gerald's videos of how he made these, because it is just amazing how he sews it together and then he'll cut some of the fabric. He has layers and he
Yeah.
reveals. It's
So
like amazing.
here's the back of
Amazing.
this one.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
So do you want to see another one?
Yes, of
And
course.
then I will show you a finished piece that I
Gorgeous.
eventually need to send it to my brother-in-law.
Mhm.
So, hi, Dean. So
Oh,
here's the inspiration photo. This is somebody that I know. She sent me this because I was talking to her about doing landscape fabric painting, and I said, "Oh, landscapes are really good because there's a good contrast."
mhm.
And she sent me this, and she says, how would this be for a landscape quilt?" And
That is
so
gorgeous.
I said,
Oh my God, that's so stunning.
"Really nice."
Oh, that is just stunning.
Now,
Gorgeous.
and just so that everybody knows, this isn't a finished piece
Hmm.
because I needed for the class that I was teaching to show different techniques.
Wow.
And so what I have done, and this is what you were talking about, the layering of fabric.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes you can find amazing fabric
Oh
to do
gosh.
this
The
that helps.
purple clouds, all
Yeah.
the different colors. Yeah.
And
It's
so there's a neat, I mean, there's purple clouds, and
yep.
then this fabric, this orange right here it's a nylon that you use
Wow.
for outerwear.
I just love that color. That
So
orangey, yeah, that's just so
and you can
striking.
see I'm playing with using thread play. All of
You
this
know what? I was
thread.
just gonna say those threads coming up like trees or like,
Yep.
um, you know, they're just really, really striking. I love that
You.
against the orange. Uh,
And and this is one, Val. What I did was is I put down background fabric, and then I wanted to add the lighter blue. So what I did was is I cut strips of fabric
mhm.
and then put that in there.
Wow, I love that. I love that.
And then,
That is so creative.
but wait, there's more. And the way I
But
sewed
wait,
it
there's
together,
more.
yeah, the way I sewed it together is you can see the seams, or just the sewing is diagonally,
Yes.
and you can see it better this way.
And I think that somehow that creates a really beautiful direction. It's like
It
it
really
does
does.
more for it somehow, right?
Yes, and which is perfect.
Yeah, it
Which is
really is.
perfect.
Yeah, I never even realized even the stitching has a place in creating the look, right?
Oh yeah, and for me, the stitching is a really big part because as I've done this, because everybody, when you practice and you do more things, then you get better at choosing which colors.
Right.
I actually have learned to ignore the colors, and to oftentimes I'll pick a contrasting color because then it'll help show the fabric more.
Hmm.
And
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's just so amazing. Now,
so
do you actually you have to baste everything together before you put it on the sewing machine, or you just you put it down and you just go?
I use a lot of
Oh
pins.
my gosh!
If
You,
people watch the video, there
yeah,
are lots and
yeah.
lots of pins.
Okay.
Lots of pins. Okay. So this is the project that, and I don't have the final picture of it with it, but this is the one that really got me
Oh my
doing
gosh,
this. And
that
this is
is
the
just
one
stunning. So
that
it's a
was,
reflection, and
yeah,
then,
great.
oh my gosh, that's just gorgeous. You'd
So
want that on your wall. That is just gorgeous.
yeah, and this is
Wow.
this is going to my brother-in-law.
Oh my gosh.
This is a picture that my sister took close to where they live.
Wow.
And doesn't it look like,
It
doesn't it
it's
looks
just
like a photograph?
it looks like a photograph. I
Yeah.
just wow, I'm mesmerized.
And
You
so,
know,
there's the layer of the different clouds.
yeah.
And then I had a lot of fun with
Those trees.
trees.
I mean, the trees and the reflection and the tree. I mean, that is just done so beautifully.
And and that's the thing is sometimes, well, what I've had to teach myself. Hi Craig. What I've had to teach myself is there's a point where you have to stop looking at the inspiration photo
Yeah.
and think of it as a piece of artwork. And I want to show you the back of this. This was a bonus.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. You could use the back as an art piece.
Yes.
Wow. That is like an abstract, kind of icy landscaper almost, or you know,
Yeah.
yeah, that is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's
Well,
striking.
and I do want to show you, all of the stuff on them on the water. There's
Mhm.
a lot of thread play right there and a
Wow.
lot of different thread. So,
Yeah, and how you've placed it and what you've done really is like
so
the I don't even know how to put it in the words. It really gives it a true reflection, that look of a true reflection. It's just
and it's raw edge. A lot of times it's just raw edge
Mhm.
because that helps with it. And
It really does. It really
sometimes
does.
it's not.
Right.
This is folded under, and I
Yeah.
use, like I said, I use a lot of pins.
Wow. That is just stunning. Stunning.
Thank
They're
you.
gonna love that. Oh my gosh.
Yes, and
So you take requests if people have art, have pictures of things that they love and they would like it replicated. And
I've done that. My brother, who I'm working on another piece. Um, my brother, he is a woodworker, and
Mm.
so he actually created a sewing. He created a table for my old featherweight sewing machine that's collapsible. So I made him an art quilt, or I made him a fabric landscape from a
Oh,
photo
wow.
that he took.
Oh, wow.
So, and
Wow.
yeah, and so that one will be a video, and it's based on this photo, but
Oh,
I don't have
gorgeous.
this is one that I'm actually working on making the video to show it.
Oh, that's gorgeous. That'll be fun. I can't wait for that video.
So,
Yeah, Amanda Carroll says so rich, such depth.
aw,
Oh,
thank
hi.
you.
Hi, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
Craig Dixon. Say hi to who else came in. Let's see.
Lots of
Secrets of the Red Moon.
in here.
So, should we transition to,
Readings.
yeah.
And everybody should take time, since I'm big, I'm gonna do the shameless promotion. Please like and subscribe to both of our channels. You want to be one of the cool kids. It's free.
It is.
Ring the bell.
And,
Yeah.
if you have some kind of photo or something that could be a beautiful art piece, email Gerald and ask, could you make this for me?
The answer could be
It could be no,
probably, but
it could be maybe, or it could help put you
maybe,
on the wait list.
yeah, the wait list. Well, and that's something that's a real challenge. Is
Yeah.
sometimes, um,
You get a lot on
a
your
lot of time.
blog. Yeah.
That the last one that I showed you,
Yeah.
That took upwards of 45 hours to
Oh,
make.
yeah. It looks like it. Or even more than that, actually.
Mhm.
You know. Gosh.
So yeah, we are a crafty bunch.
So here is what we were. Gerald came up with this, and I love, love, love it.
Do you want to put us both back together the same
I will
size?
put us both back together the same size for you.
Because if you don't, I'll be looking at people funny.
What can I do to foster more creativity in my life, and what type of creativity would that be for each
Mhm.
individual, and how can you foster this
Yeah.
creativity? Because that's what we're talking about during this show, is that beautiful energy that comes in when we're getting inspired, when we're creating, whether, like Gerald said, it could be a scientific breakthrough, it could be anything, whatever that creativity
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
however it shows up. And that is, as I said before, like that is your God force flowing through, that beautiful connection with oneness, with
Mhm.
all that is, this inspiration that comes in to all of us.
Yes.
Um, so should we should we just read for each person in the chat, or how do you want to do this?
Well,
Whether you want it or not.
yeah. If you like it or not, you're gonna get a reading, people. Arr. No,
so,
no, no trash to people who sound like that. So
we've got Lena first, and I should put this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a banner. I'm going
if
to
you
do
make
that.
that a scrolling type
I'm
of
going to
thing,
make it a scrolling type. Um,
it's one of those things that I
yeah,
discovered in
yeah.
StreamYard.
I'm going to do that. Do the scrolling so we can do the people we're reading on for Lena. And
Does Lena want one? Lena, are you still here and do you want a reading?
Lena, do you want one? We were going to give you one any. Oh, hi,
Do you
Lisa.
want to create a reading about creativity?
Creativity. Are you interested? Creativity.
So,
Anyone who wants a
oh,
reading related to this creativity, what type and how to foster it.
yeah. Do you want to just have everybody, if you want a reading, type in me in capital letters, and then that
Yeah,
way.
that works. So you don't have to.
So, if you
Myself.
want a reading by Val and Tarotstache,
Oh,
please
I've got,
like
okay,
and
so
subscribe to our channels,
you got,
and we're going to give you a reading. So you've got Amanda Carroll, Heather.
yeah, I got Heather. Yeah, we'll do the me, Amanda Carroll. Here you go. And the Heather. Heather's next.
Type in me. You know you want to,
So
or
I,
if you don't, that's good.
Sherry. Sherry typed in me. Okay. So
Sherry has got one too, so that's
yeah,
good.
I've
Okay,
got Amanda Carroll,
all
Heather,
right.
and Sherry. Okay.
Amanda.
Amanda. And,
Amanda. How can Amanda type foster more creativity? Type of creativity.
oh,
Okay. I'm actually using the out of hand deck by um, um, Jamie Sawyer.
mm-hmm.
So, and I got, okay. So, Amanda, part of what is important for you to do is in getting more creativity, to foster more creativity in your life, is to actually do some. Just do it. Just show up at the page, and paint, draw, sketch, dance, draw, journal, write poetry, just show up, because the Knight of Pentacles is definitely the card about slow and steady and making sure that you're doing the work. This also, here's a beautiful card. This is the Star, and for me, this is something that is, it's a card of seeing yourself as part of the divine universe.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think it, when I see this matched, this matched with this, keep showing up, doing the work. You're on your bike, you're doing the work. Don't forget to look up at the stars and imagine all of the possibilities that are available to you.
Wow, those are beautiful.
So
Wow.
this is a card of dream it. However, keep showing up and doing the work.
That is just so, that was perfect.
So
That
there you
was
go.
perfect.
Thanks,
Okay,
man.
so next one, we got Heather. Oh, wait, that was me. I have to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, are you going to
I
read too?
was so mesmerized and loved yours so much. I think, Amanda, they want you to really come from the heart, and that'll give you that inspiration you want. Do what you love. Whatever inspires you that you love will make that inspiration flow. Whatever you notice next, think of different ways that you find something you love and you can create that.
Yes.
So, what you love. So, the type of creativity from this, I get that sense, whatever brings you joy, that creation that you absolutely want to celebrate and feel fantastic about and want to show everyone, because it's that celebration of life.
Well, and it could also be, with that is it could also be, maybe you do it not by yourself. Maybe you do it
Oh,
with other
yes.
people around you.
Thank you, Gerald.
Take a pottery class.
Our awareness even further. Absolutely, absolutely. And then I think for the how you foster this creativity, and they're showing balance, balancing out your life and creating space for that creativity. Allow yourself time to do that.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
so um, so get in that heart space, and whatever you love, that's what you're going to move from. Get in that joyful space, and maybe even do it with community.
I love that. Or share it with the community.
Share it with the community. Nice too. Yeah, absolutely. So then we got Heather.
Okay.
Okay. My other sister of the Mystical Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Amanda said, yes, yes, yes. So inspiring. You're welcome. Heather, what can I do to foster more creativity? To foster this creativity.
Heather is so creative already. She's a beautiful artist.
All right. What can I do to foster more creativity, or more creativity in my life? It's the 10 of Cups. Be
Oh,
happy with the work that you're doing.
there it is.
Make it part of your environment. Rotate stuff. Mix and match all of the plates. Move things around, because sometimes releasing your creativity is really important, and appreciating those. What type of creativity? This is the Nine of Swords. This is the card about overthinking things. So this is more of a warning of us to stop overthinking it. Just do it. Get your hands dirty. And I would also suggest maybe writing all of the stuff down so that your brain is allowed to process it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very
get
true.
it down on the page.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything with that page. You can rip it up, you can throw it away, you can put it in a drawer, or you can shred it and put it into a painting.
I love that, Gerald.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
but I think it's important that
Yeah.
oh, she's developing a new collage series. There you go.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and how do you foster the creativity? Um, pull from all of the resources that you have available to you.
Mm-hmm.
Community, you just did that big event.
Mm-hmm.
Allow those people to help connect you to other people who might be able to help you. And this is also a card that says to me, you don't have to have all of the new things. Use the things that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Very true.
Yeah.
Wow, you really gave a thorough explanation.
Oh, well,
I
thank
feel
you.
a little challenged now.
Oh, relax. I'm going to stop my camera. My dog needs something, but I'm still
Okay,
here.
I'll
Keep
keep
talking.
going. Okay, so Heather, when I look at this Empress card for how do you
Hmm.
foster more creativity, I get the sense of your connection with Earth, with nature. And I like sometimes when you go to the park and you paint, but connecting and maybe even encompassing more of nature in your works, also nurturing yourself as you do this work. Um, this seems to be that beautiful, beautiful, nurturing energy. So, encompassing that in what you do and giving yourself that beautiful energy. But I love that this is um, green and lush and fertile and beautiful. So I just think getting in that space where you are connected with Earth, and I think that really would be a beautiful energy that would
That's so
inspire you.
true. That's so
Yeah.
true.
And then for uh, what type of creativity, I just absolutely adore this Ace of Wands. This energy is just shooting out beautifully creative energy, the yellows and the orange out into the universe, out to everything, manifesting up and out. So, when I look at this, it just looks like a fireball of
Yeah.
how do you do it? How do you do it? You just light up and do it like a firecracker.
Yeah. Do follow the inspiration. It's like, yeah,
Like
boom.
that. Boom, boom. You're one of those, it hits you, boom, baby.
Yeah.
And then for the I'm looking for it, how to foster the creativity. Now, how to foster it? I've got, just like Gerald, this is in the mental or air realm where
Mhm.
he's talking about you can write it down or do whatever you want when you write it down. It's that kind of thing where you get an inspiration or idea
Yeah.
and it's flowing. Um, and I love how these birds flying in the air is just letting it loose, letting that creativity fly. Um, that writing ideas down, that letting it flow,
Oh, yeah.
um, all that beautiful red is passion for something that you love.
Hmm.
So dream it. With the clouds and the blue, dream it. Let yourself soar, and write down those ideas.
You
Go
could
for it.
all, yeah,
Boom, boom.
yeah, boom. And you could also pay attention to all of the birds.
Yes,
Maybe the birds are telling you something.
very true. Very true. Everything. And also they have butterflies too.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah, there you are. So
Lovely.
don't forget to nurture yourself and that beautiful connection with Mother Earth. You might incorporate that in some of your art because this is your, you know, that's your inspiration.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Nancy Samp is here.
Oh, Nancy, hi. Let's look over here. I was in the starred area. Oh, hi, Nancy. So, Nancy, if you want us to give you a little reading, say, post me and I'll put you on the in the starred area. Okay, Sherry is next.
Go from arts and crafts challenge to being creative. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sharing. Okay.
Sherry.
Activity. I think initially, Sherry, I'm just going to say this. Arts and crafts is still art. Don't downplay it.
Absolutely 100%.
So I think
Absolutely.
it's part of that is to is to honor that and enjoy doing it.
Absolutely.
Sherry's like hit me.
Yeah.
So what can I do to foster more creativity in my life? Oh well, would you look at that? I did mix the card. I got the Empress.
Oh,
Who had allow yourself to nurture these ideas no matter how small or no matter how big. The Empress is a card about allowing something to come to fruition. It's about creation. And so there you go. It's about creation. And I also hello, what type
oh,
of creativity? Try to do some things at home. Make your home um you know make it more creative for yourself.
yeah.
Do
It's like Allison says, anything you create is art. She's right.
absolutely.
You're
So
creating.
this is think of if you can do 3D things, three-dimensional things. You can do drawing, sculptures, paintings,
Mhm.
fabric, whatever. Don't forget that cooking can also be creative. It's whatever you do that nurtures your soul and makes you feel happy and content. That I
Absolutely.
do at home, Sherry said. Keep doing
Absolutely.
it. Keep
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
And then how do you foster that? Oh my gosh. The Ace of Wands. This is the same card that you got for
Oh
Heather.
my gosh. Yes. Yes, it is. That
And so
creativity.
how
That
do you do it? How do you foster it? Do it.
do it. Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Because and here's the thing about this is anything can be your wand or your paintbrush.
Yes.
It can be, it could be a wooden spoon, a knife as you're cooking,
The
rearranging things.
baking is creating. There's
Yes.
no doubt. And
Yes.
hopefully it's dessert.
Yes. So I think this to me says this Sherry suggests to me, um, don't overthink this. I think you're already doing creative. You're doing stuff on your YouTube channel that a year ago you didn't do.
Oh, you
So,
have hit the nail on the head. Sherry is creating.
yep.
Boom. Just like that.
Oop. Oh
I,
my God.
I mean,
See, I got so inspired.
oh,
You're creating, Sherry. Stop arguing with us. Just lean into it.
there you are. Oh my gosh. We forget to appreciate what we're doing already that is
That's true.
creative. I just love that you have alternate perspectives to pull out there for us, Gerald.
Thank
You're
you.
like a
That means a lot.
guru
I appreciate it.
for
Well, and
creativity.
and that's part of it is when you are, I mean, for goodness sakes, you can be creative. Pull out a tarot card
Yeah.
and actually look at it. And what does this tell you? I mean, it tells you the 10 of cups, but it also tells you set a nice table. So sometimes I overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
I mean, just me. I don't know about you, but you know.
Okay, so this is an interesting card pull I have for Sherry. And I think I kind of know why I got this. Um, Her husband, she's been thinking about him lately.
Oh, of course.
And, even though it's been a while, there's always still that sense of loss. And, but I notice it's this rainbow energy and this beautiful sun coming up and this water flowing.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can open up all that creativity even more with this beautiful light. And I feel like he's sending you light and creativity.
Yeah.
So you have it within you to use. And I know this is your husband. And I have the Five of Wands.
Mm.
And this is like a, a volcano of energy that just wants to go off with a whole bunch of things going on. And creativity can be in the form of energy work, opening to your psychic gifts, your mediumship. It can be any of those things. And you notice the green, that healing energy. Well, that
Oh, yeah.
red or orange pooling up, just waiting to come out. So, you know, let it rip, baby.
Yeah.
Remember, it's all here. You have it inside of you.
Yes.
And I think that's let this rainbow, let the grief go a little bit more. Let the rainbow happen. And this is really
Mm.
where you'll be when in the creative process. This Ten of Pentacles, that's how, when you get in that loving space of oneness, you are going to let it flow.
Yeah.
And, that could be creating a new intro to your channel. It could be anything. It could show up in any way, whatever form it takes. It is a creative process,
Yes.
no matter what that looks like. So you are super creative. Look at that. But
Well, and Sherry said it's getting it from my brain and out of my hands.
yeah,
Yes, and part of the way to do that is to practice and to keep
yeah.
showing up.
Oh, you know what, Gerald? You are absolutely right. Because how many times do we have an idea, and then some voice in our head says, "Oh, you're not that great at that," or "No, just go do." Get out there and
Yeah,
take that idea and create it.
exactly.
Yeah, so true. So then, who do we have next?
Sherry, I hope that made some sense for you.
I hope so too. I hope
I
so.
look forward to seeing more intros. Hi, Scorpio Mama. All right. Will next week be for me? And we're going to look at this from that creative aspect.
Right.
So,
Creativity.
yes, been working on trying to create a logo and banner headers. Very nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And by the way, everybody hasn't seen this yet. For entertainment purposes only, do not make decisions based on what we say. Seek professional assistance.
Really.
So, there you go. All right.
Oh, driftwood. I love ideas with driftwood, Amanda Carroll. That sounds so great.
So next week I'm going to look at this specifically with next week with more creativity and the type of creativity and fostering that creativity. Oh my gosh, this is
Oh my gosh.
I mixed the card.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, Heather. I
Bye.
mean, okay, so this is again telling me It's time to enjoy and enjoy a sit down meal, do something like that. Make the mundane fancy. If you go get a pizza or you make a pizza, use the good china. Look for ways, and this is actually really helpful, is look for ways to elevate the mundane and
Yeah.
make it a bit of a spiritual experience. Put candles on the table if you can.
Yeah.
Play nice music while you're eating.
Hmm.
You put your water in a nice cup. So
And that's creating a gorgeous atmosphere, creating the
it is.
energy for a beautiful meal.
It
It's
is.
all creating,
Yes.
when you look at it that way.
Yes. And so, what type of creativity? This is the devil. And I'm going to actually take this and go, have you thought about shadow puppets? Look at some videos about shadow puppets, because there's I think it's in India. There's a massive amount of shadow puppets, and really, really fun. So, the devil, but I'm just like,
It's
look at
art.
light and dark.
It's light and dark.
Play with something. If you want to draw something,
Yeah.
put a bright light on it,
Hmm.
and then draw the shadows. So I
That's
think that's
gorgeous.
fun. And yeah, but I love that idea of actually looking at shadow puppets. How do you foster their creativity? You do something with it. You do it.
Got to have the action to manifest
Yeah.
into the world.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
by the way, sometimes that action is just collecting ideas. That's
Yeah,
okay. Get
yeah.
a get right on the back of an envelope. All, creative ideas, sketch, do things like that. I think that's is for this. I think it could be a time of you looking at so many of the options that are
Mhm.
available to you,
Mhm.
and gather those things, because an artist has to have their paint, or
Absolutely.
a painter has to have their paint.
Absolutely.
So
So, Scorpio Mama, King of Knights.
mm,
How can you foster more creativity? Well, the King of Knights is bringing, lots of, love.
sure.
But when I look at this image, I really see he's riding a unicorn. Get
Nice.
imaginative with things outside the box,
Yeah.
mystical, wild, and crazy things, because it looks like you can go anywhere with this. I got a
Oh yeah.
labyrinth, I have a spiral going on. It's all like sacred geometry and very,
Hmm.
very creative things.
Yeah.
Well, get wild with that, funky with that creativity outside the realm of 3D land, um, and um, how to what type of creativity. It looks here like someone is, again. This is pretty mystical. They're
Hmm.
riding with their horse up to the star,
Ah.
and it looks like you're creating with your mystical imagination. And you have
Right.
flowers, these beautiful sunflowers on earth with the heart, but they're always reaching up to the stars,
Yep.
pulling things out from thin air, creating. So think of
Hmm.
it that way. And then Knight of Pentacles for how to foster this. This is somebody
Oh,
who you can see all these beautiful, these are remind me of like dream catchers, all the things
yeah.
that you can imagine and dream up. You're going to bring it into fruition. Again, it's the dreams, it's that pulling things out of the mystical air, like alchemy, um, for you. I
Hmm.
just love that concept. And this beautiful tree rooted in Mother Earth. So you are grounding it into reality and creating. You're manifesting.
So that's the Nine of Cups, right? No, that's the Nine of Pentacles.
It's the
But I
night.
like how, the Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying what you have, and the Ten of Cups is well, let's make the most of what we have.
Yeah.
Say,
So you have, yeah, isn't that interesting? And they all flow together and tell a story. So
yes.
Scorpio Mama, I hope that helps you. And we have one more, and then we're going to call it a show.
And because
And
I ramble so much.
no, oh, we've already been on an hour and 4 minutes.
I'm used to my shows, which sometimes can be lengthy, but they're always action filled. So just saying.
Some people don't want to go too long because they get, This has been a very enjoyable show. I mean, I have to say, I don't feel drained at all, and I feel energized from all the creativity and the
Good.
conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's nice.
And Scorpio Mama said, "Thank you, Val." It did.
Oh, good. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's great. And Nancy. Nancy
was making some soup. Nancy also.
Oh, yeah, I'll have some. Even sex can be creative. Well, yes, it can, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Oh, I heard the Carol. I feel so blessed. Spirit definitely brought me here today. That's so cute. Thank you.
Foster this creativity. All right, Nancy, I'm done shuffling. Not really. So I'm going to put these in 3 piles. What can I do to foster more creativity in my life? What type of creativity and how to foster this creativity? Okay. What can I do to foster more creativity, Nancy? It feels like you are already taking effort to foster creativity. This is the Knight of Cups. This is a veterinarian who is listening to the heartbeat of the dog. And this is, I feel very much, this is, Nancy, do you do anything like hands-on healing or anything like that? I mean, it just feels like this power that you have with things that you touch happen to become more creative. They become more appreciated. There's a value that elevates them. Oh, she does Reiki. There you go.
There you go.
Reiki. Do some Reiki. Reiki is, again, for
It's
entertainment
creative life
I'm
force.
not forced to do anything, but
universal life force.
yeah, I mean, but with the Reiki is you pay attention to how to deliver it and where to deliver it. That's creative.
It is.
You just do everything by textbook.
No, create.
Yeah. So, all right. What type of creativity? Nancy, I'm going to be very obvious. This is the 9 of Pentacles. We got the 9 of Pentacles again.
There we go.
Nancy, it's time for you. Let me rephrase this. I would encourage you to consider using or creating some necklaces, something for you that reminds you you are creative. So, and this is a person who is very much appreciating the work of others.
Yeah.
This is somebody who is, they're going, I made this, and or I really like this, or I'm going to put these 3 necklaces together. So energetically, what does that do? Mix all of these things together. Now I'm getting really loud, aren't I? There you go, Nancy. They're shouting through me. It's true that I'm going to take a sip. So,
hey, they have something to say. That's why they're coming out to say it.
So, how do you foster this creativity? You don't need to spend any money on it. Nancy, what this card says to me is look with what you already have, reuse it, recycle,
Repurpose it and create.
yeah, turn it upside down. I was just watching somebody just discovered the gentleman thrifter or something like that on Instagram who
Mhm,
finds these dilapidated things at thrift
mhm,
stores and
mhm.
like elevates them. Um, Nancy, I actually have a feeling as I'm saying this, you have at least 2 or 3 ideas of things that you have saved the pieces and parts of. And I would encourage you to put some Reiki into those pieces and parts and to see what grows from that.
Ooh,
So please tell
wow.
me what you think
I,
of that,
I
Nancy.
love that.
I mean, Nancy's making the soup, right? That's good.
So your first card is judgment, but judgment is really freedom.
Mhm.
Okay? This is the freedom. See that gorgeous rainbow coming out from the clouds up. And this beautiful eagle with the bear, that is all about creativity
Yeah.
and the power of, you could almost say, spirit animals, or you're getting inspiration from, a mystical source, standing there, looking up, gathering it, letting it come down to you. So it's almost like power animals. You're getting inspiration from
But
them.
isn't that like that's like Reiki?
It
Opening her
does,
up
it is
with
like
the
Reiki.
rainbow is the energy coming in.
Universal life force energy coming in. You already have it in your body anyway, because you are
There you go.
divine source. But yes, and it's also a connection with the earth here.
Very much
So
so.
you are definitely doing the right thing in the right work. Prince of Swords. I got this before.
Yes.
This is passionate, beautiful energy, beautiful ideas, looking up at the sky, seeing what's around you. And that's really how you're creating. You're looking around you, you're seeing, you're creating from that place. When something inspires you, that passion you
Yeah.
see, when something ignites your soul, whoo, yeah, then you want to create. That's how you're feeling with it. And the King of
Ooh.
Cups. So, with this is complete, mature love and compassion and wisdom together, fire and water, balanced masculine and feminine energies. And this makes me feel like you are going to create from a place where you are feeling at one with everything, and you're going to create from your heart center. So, because you have that passion, you get inspired by the beauty around you. It looks like everything that you get lit up from, you're going to create from that place. And you have that beautiful divine energy connection with everything. Go for it.
So I'm curious. I just want to add to that King of Cups,
Mhm.
especially with how to foster this creativity. It's you encouraging that creativity in others, making it an okay
True.
thing for them to do.
Very good insight. Very good
So
insight.
and
Very,
and I love that. This is the king's hand
yeah,
holding out, your King of Cups hand, holding that out and the resources to help people.
absolutely true. Oh my gosh, what a
Okay.
great insight.
Hold up your first card because I want to connect these because this is just okay. So we have the Knight of Cups doing Reiki, and Judgment is actually Reiki in action.
It is.
And show us the second one.
And the second one is,
So that's the Prince of Swords.
yeah,
So taking action,
yeah,
knowing what
taking
things to
action.
take. following your intuition.
Yep,
I mean,
definitely.
look at all that transformation and all that flight.
Yep,
And then we had that on the last card. The king is handing things out.
yep,
Holy mackerel.
absolutely.
You can't make this
You
stuff.
can't make it up. You can't make it up.
That's incredible. Thanks, Nancy.
Aw, thank you guys so much for showing up in the chat today. I didn't know how many people would come because it was early for my time. I know some of you are in the Pacific time zone, but I am so happy that you came, Gerald. And from
Thank
Gerald Tarotstache, go like, subscribe, watch all of his videos, especially the ones about the art he has created, because they are phenomenal.
You all know the routine. It's free. Like, subscribe.
It is free.
Hey, the Crone Zone. Hello.
Oh, hi there. The Crone Zone.
So
Is that
they were
Priscilla?
Yep.
Yeah. Priscilla and I have a class together. She
Ooh.
is so great. I love her. I love her. So I'm gonna have you back because by popular demand by me. I have to have you back on.
I would love to be back on. Thank you. Thank you.
I really enjoyed this, and thank you so much, Gerald, for coming. I really love talking about art and inspired things. And,
me too. And I maybe next time we can talk about which decks we use that are the ones that inspire our creativity, and some of the creative decks that we have that, you know, just they could be mind-blowing. It's like, holy mackerel.
Okay, that sounds like a good topic. That sounds like a fun topic. So anyway, hi everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for coming, and whoever is watching this in the replay,
thank you.
Remember, go to Gerald's channel, like and subscribe because he's phenomenal and he's hilarious and we love him. And we'll see you all later. Mwah. I love you all.
Bye.
Bye.